Hey, so I've been doing some thinking, and I think I've come up with a good, solid list of 31 things that everyone should be able to do. This is clearly only my opinion, so please try not to take it too seriously. Now, these can apply to all facets of life, but a lot of them are just going to apply to social situations. I'm going to exclude some of the basic ones, such as reading, writing, and other things, and just move on to the ones that you might not expect. So, the first one I'm going to make quite simple. I think everyone should learn CPR and first aid. The reason for this is quite simple. If you see someone hurt or you see someone struggling to breathe, you should be able to know how to save them or at least help them. You should know what to do. Let's move on to something more interesting. How about ice skating? I think everyone should be able to ice skate. Now, I'm not talking about competition level, but I think everyone should be able to at least get by. The reason for this is it opens up new possibilities for hanging out with friends. And also, if you take someone on a date there, it gives you an excuse to hold their hand. In a similar line of reasoning, I think everyone should be able to play sports. Again, I'm just talking about a basic level. You should be able to pick up a sport without struggling. The next two kind of go together. You should be able to match pitch, and you should be able to sing a song from memory. Matching pitch is important if you just want to be able to quickly pick up a song, and it's always nice to be able to sing something whenever the time is right. Similarly, you should be able to recite a poem from memory as well. You should also be able to play an instrument, just saying. Now, the next two might be kind of obvious, but I think they're important nonetheless. I think you should have a working knowledge of modern culture. By that I mean like TV shows, video games, movies, anything like that. And you should have a working knowledge of academics. So you should know how the world works, you should know history, things like that. I also think you should be able to speak a foreign language. I don't mean achieve fluency, but you should be able to get by. I'm just going to list them off quickly now. You should be able to draw, you should be able to dance, and you should be able to cook. And by cook, I mean cook and bake. That being said, you should also be able to show off, but do so humbly. Now, for when you're bored, I think you should be able to play chess, and I think you should be able to play cards. I also think you should be able to write in script and be able to type, because these things will become very important later in life. I think you should know how things work, well enough that you're able to fix them. And I'm just going to throw this one in. I think you should also be able to pick locks. You should also be able to lie. Obviously, some of these are to be used with discretion. Now, these are going to be the ones relating to speaking. You should have a sense of humor, you should be able to speak to strangers, you should be able to speak publicly, you should be able to flirt, and you should be able to get out of conversations quickly. It also doesn't hurt to be able to tell stories. You should know at least one parlor trick, but ideally you should know a couple. If you don't know what a parlor trick is, it's a simple magic trick or card trick that you could do with minimal props. Everyone should know self-defense. You should be pleasant to be around. And lastly, you should DFTBA. I'll see you next time.